Picture this. The year is 1453, and the Byzantine Empire is on its last legs, with its capital, Constantinople, standing as the last bastion. The geopolitical landscape of the time was a chessboard of power dynamics. Constantinople was more than just the heart of Byzantium. It was a symbol of power, a stronghold standing at the crossroads of East and West. Its strategic location on the Silk Road made it a coveted prize for any aspiring conqueror. In the past, the Ottomans, led by various sultans, had tried and failed to capture this gem. It seemed as if the city, with its formidable walls and strategic position, was an unconquerable fortress. But this perception was about to be challenged. Sultan Mehmed II, a young and ambitious ruler, was not deterred by the previous failures. As the Ottoman forces gathered around the city's walls in April 1453, the stage was set for a historic battle that would forever change the course of history. The Siege of Constantinople, led by the young and ambitious Ottoman Sultan Mehmed II, was nothing short of a Herculean task. This monumental event, unfolding in the spring of 1453, was a clash of two titans: the mighty Ottoman Empire, hungry for expansion, and the Byzantine Empire, clinging to its last stronghold. In the Ottoman camp, military strategies were as innovative as they were ruthless. Sultan Mehmed II, barely 21, had commissioned the construction of a colossal cannon. Christened the Basilica, this behemoth was capable of launching stones weighing over 600 kilograms, capable of pulverizing the city's formidable walls. Day and night, the basilica and other cannons belched fire and brimstone, gradually wearing down the Byzantine defenses. However, the Byzantines were not passive victims. Emperor Constantine XI Palaiologos rallied his troops, employing every defensive tactic in the book. They repaired the walls as best as they could, often under a hail of Ottoman arrows and cannonballs. The Byzantines also used a secret weapon of their own, Greek fire, a highly flammable liquid that could stick to ships, water, and soldiers alike, burning relentlessly. Meanwhile, the Ottoman Navy imposed a tight blockade on the city. The Golden Horn, a crucial sea channel, was strangled by the Ottoman fleet, severing Constantinople's lifeline to the outside world. Despite the Byzantines' valiant efforts to break the blockade using their formidable chain across the Golden Horn, the Ottoman Navy's dominance was a pivotal factor in the siege's eventual outcome. The siege was a brutal test of endurance and strategy. The Ottomans were relentless, their cannons thundering day and night, their soldiers ever ready for the final assault. The Byzantines, though outnumbered and besieged, fought with the desperation of those with everything to lose. Despite the fierce resistance, the city's defenses were gradually worn down, and by late May, the fall of Constantinople seemed inevitable. This was a turning point in history, a moment when the balance of power shifted and a new era was ushered in. The Siege of Constantinople was more than a battle. It was a clash of cultures, a crossroads of destiny. On the 29th of May, 1453, after a 53-day-long siege, Constantinople fell to the Ottomans, marking the end of the Byzantine Empire. The final assault was a sight of both dread and awe. Under the cover of darkness, the Ottoman forces launched their decisive strike. Despite the valiant efforts of the city's defenders, the once impregnable walls of Constantinople could not withstand the onslaught. As dawn broke, the city that had been the heart of the Byzantine Empire for over 1,000 years was now in the hands of Sultan Mehmed II, forever known as Mehmed the Conqueror. As the dust settled, a new era dawned for Constantinople, or Istanbul as it would come to be known. The conquerors brought about profound changes, reshaping the city to fit their vision. The most symbolic of these transformations was the conversion of the majestic Hagia Sophia. This architectural marvel, which had been a Christian cathedral for centuries, was turned into a mosque, embodying the shift in power and culture. Yet, it wasn't just the city that transformed. This conquest marked a seismic shift in the world's balance of power. The old Byzantine Empire gave way to the burgeoning Ottoman Empire, heralding the end of the Middle Ages. The conquest of Constantinople was not just a military victory, but a turning point that marked the end of the Middle Ages. and the beginning of the modern era. So, let's briefly revisit the key points of the conquest of Istanbul. It was Constantinople's strategic importance that first drew the Ottomans' attention. Then came the relentless siege, a masterstroke of military strategy that eventually led to the city's fall. The conquest of Istanbul had far-reaching implications, marking a significant turning point in history. Through courage, strategy, and a fair bit of luck, the Ottomans achieved what many thought impossible, forever etching the conquest of Istanbul into the annals of history.